Hey, this is Amir Gad showing you right now a mandible stackable guide from Implant Depot. So this case right here, let me show you this real quick. So again, if you watched my previous video, as I explained before, I always like to create a sheet once I get these guides so I can just understand the exact different steps to follow. So I'd like this right here, if you can take a look. As you see, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. This is what I always like to understand the steps. The case that I showed you before, it had an abutment guide because we had some angled abutments. In this case, it's all gonna be straight, so we don't have any of that. So at this point, we only have 4 guides, 4 different pieces and a temp. So the temp is from number 5, and we have 2 different models as usual, model with the teeth and model after reduction. So let's take this one real quick. So again, you flap the patient, you seat your base guide right here. Once you do so, you have your seating guide, goes directly on the patient existing teeth. As always, you want to make sure it's fully locked in. Always take a look here first. Make sure there is no space whatsoever between the guide and the patient existing teeth. There is no space here. Once you verify that part, now obviously the first thing you want to do is lock it in place. Put your little pins in, right? Put all your pins. In this case, we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put all your 6 pins, then go ahead and drill and drop your anchor pins. In this mandible arch, we have 3 anchor pins. So we drill in and out, in and out, in and out. Then we put our push pins or bone screws or whatever. Once you secure your guide fully in, you take your pins out. You take that out, you don't need that anymore, then you're ready to go. So this will be fully secured into the patient bone, right? Now you're ready to go ahead and extract all the patient teeth and then reduce the bone to the level of the surgical guide. So again, the guide is your reduction reference. Once you do so, you don't need that model anymore. Obviously, this is fully seated. This is fully seated and fully secured. So it doesn't move, it doesn't change. You took out your bone. Now you're ready to do your implant placement. So your implant placement guide goes in. Oops. And once you do so, you go ahead and drop your pins in as well. Drop all your pins in. Once you drop, you drill and you drop your implants through the actual surgical guide. Once you do that part, you take it out. You take your guide out. You don't need that anymore. And at that point, all gonna be straight, so you put all your straight cylinders in and abutments, whatever. Once you put them in, now last step is your pickup. So your PMMA temporary right here, and your carrier, same concept, goes on top and basically locks into your surgical guide. Now all you have to do is just go ahead and pick it up through these holes. Always recommended to put rubber dam in the middle, just to make sure your material when you're picking up doesn't end up into your osteotomy, and basically just pick it up. Once you pick it up, you take that out. Obviously keep the pins always in. Every single piece follows by putting the pins in, just to make sure it is fully secured. Pick it up, take it out. By the time you are suturing, maybe grafting a little bit, finishing up your implants, you give this out to your lab technician, you give it out to your assistant, they take it back, they clean it up, all the excessive material, they make sure it looks beautiful, then they have it back for you ready to be loaded back on your implants. Should be easy and straightforward. If you have any questions, please reach out to Implant Depot. Have a great day.